There are so many students in India who have either completed IPCC or are on their way to completing IPCC and pick up ACCA, either to do it in parallel with their CA or they've decided to drop CA and pick up ACCA. And in this video, we're going to talk about if you are thinking on any of these lines, what are the different options and is this the right option for you? Alright guys, if this is the first time you visited the channel, then please do click subscribe, and if there's any value you find from this video, give us a thumbs up. First things first, how do the exemptions really work? So, if you've completed IPCC, you get 5 exemptions in ACCA. 5 exemptions are BT, MA, FA, tax and audit. Now, how does this work? The IPCC curriculum has 5 subjects which correspond to these 5 subjects of ACCA. So, simply put, if you've completed or if you've cleared the IPCC tax paper, you get the ACCA tax paper exempted. If you completed the IPCC or passed the IPCC audit paper, you get the ACCA audit paper exempted. That's how it applies for all 5 of the ACCA papers. Now, just as a slight detour, some people think IPCC gives you 6 exemptions. That's not the case. The law paper, which is the 6th exemption most people talk about, students get because they've completed BCom. So those who have completed BCom plus IPCC, they get 6 exemptions, which includes law. But in this video, we're going to talk about the 5 exemptions that IPCC generates. Alright, with that out of the way, let's talk about each scenario. First of all, let's say you completed IPCC, cleared both the groups. In that case, like I said, you simply get these 5 papers exempted, but the biggest benefit for you is the exemption fee waiver. What I mean is, when a student gets exemptions from ACCA and that student has directly registered with the ACCA body, they have to still pay something called exemption fees. These exemption fees are almost equal to the exam fees, which is close to 12,000 rupees approximately as of this moment. So 5 papers, 12,000, that's around 60,000 rupees that you pay to the ACCA body. However, if you register with Platinum Partners or any partners like us, which are training students for ACCA, the body has given us a lot of benefits which we pass on to you. So for these 5 exemption fees, we can actually reduce the cost for you by almost 80%. You can save a massive amount of fee that you would have otherwise had to pay and do nothing. It was simply an exemption fee that you now get to save. This makes it much easier for students who've cleared IPCC to enter ACCA because the threshold or the cost to pick up ACCA is drastically reduced. So this is a huge benefit if you've cleared IPCC. Please reach out to us. We will help you get registered and claim not only exemptions, but also the exemption waiver. So for you guys, as long as you have secured a 40 plus in the same 5 papers in which you are receiving corresponding exemptions, those papers you will be exempted for in ACCA. So simply put, let's say you've not cleared IPCC, but scored 40 plus in audit and in tax. In that case, even though you've not cleared IPCC, you will be exempted from audit and tax papers of ACCA. Only point is that for those papers that you might get exempted for, you will not get the exemption waiver. So for that, you will have to pay. However, it's still more beneficial than not doing it because we all know that if you are having a tough time in one, if you do transition to the other, there's a high chance that you will actually clear these papers. So paying that might actually be beneficial for your career. It's better to pay it off and move ahead rather than wait for and have difficult times by trying to save that little bit of money. For everybody who's having a tough time with IPCC and you're thinking of transitioning, my suggestion is please go ahead because we have more success stories of people who've transitioned and made it through ACCA, launched their career, moving ahead in life rather than being stuck. Now, when you make the transition, should you leave IPCC or not? This is where I would recommend based on your history with IPCC. Let's say you've struggled multiple times, 3-4 times you've not cleared, actually more than 2 times more or less if you've not cleared, then I would suggest that you can drop IPCC and have complete focus on ACCA. However, if you have not even appeared for IPCC or you've cleared one group and you're just giving one more attempt for the other group and it's more or less not already saturated you, then I would say complete IPCC, take up ACCA because your articleship, which will last for 2.5, 3 years, in that period comfortably before your final CA training starts, comfortably with your articleship, you'll be able to complete the balance 7-8 papers of ACCA, giving you 2 qualifications by the time you're done with CA. In fact, before you appear for a final CA, you will be done with ACCA because half of ACCA is exempted for you, the other half more or less is comfortable to manage. And not only do you appear for final CA, and if you clear CA, you'll have your CA plus ACCA with you. But if your final CA is going to take you a while to clear, you at least have ACCA to ensure that you move ahead and simultaneously, parallelly complete CA at your own pace. So I hope that this helps you guys take a decision on whether you should pursue ACCA or not after IPCC, whether you should drop IPCC or not. Of course, a lot of it is a one-to-one discussion. So reach out to us. We'll give you clarity on, as well as the roadmap on whether this is the right option for you. But most importantly, guys, if this is what y'all are thinking, please don't be hesitant because of aspects like difficulty or cost or worse, lack of knowledge of ACCA, because people like us are here to make sure that your life can become easy. Thank you.